honestly, most of my playtime hasn't been with the main story, but has instead just been wandering the world, exploring the different cities, and just kind of marveling at just how much of a graphical upgrade this really is. Like, at least as far as the scenery is concerned, and especially within the cities, this is just a higher poly version of Oblivion. Like, it looks like the original game, but just better. As far as the characters are concerned, though, your mileage may vary. The major players in the main questline look great. I thought it was really cool that they made Uriel Septim look a little bit more like Patrick Stewart, and they made Martin look like kind of a fusion of Sean Bean and Viggo Mortensen. So it's like looking at the love child of Boromir and Aragorn. I'm sure there's fan art of that out there somewhere. That being said, a lot of the less essential NPCs can have a bit more of an uncanny valley look to them, which, honestly, depending on how you look at it, is still very accurate to the original game. The super ugly character models in the original game have kind of become part of the game's charm. So the fact that you can still stumble upon NPCs that look like inbred potatoes, honestly just kinda makes it feel more like Oblivion. And honestly, I think that's the coolest part about this remaster, is that despite this being a massive graphical overhaul, they still made it a point to try and retain that quirky atmosphere that made the original such a classic. Despite the fact that this remaster was made by a third party, it still distinctly feels like a Bethesda game, warts and all. And the reason for that is because it's still technically running on the Creation Engine. I don't fully understand exactly how it's being done, but essentially you have the original Gamebryo made Oblivion running in the background while the graphics are being done by Unreal 5. But this isn't just a graphical overhaul. They've also tried to do certain things to modernize the gameplay. And when I first heard that they were gonna try to modernize Oblivion's gameplay, I was rightfully terrified. But I think they managed to strike a pretty healthy balance of making the game feel modern while still feeling like the original game. It really just feels like a more refined version of the original game. The original Oblivion's combat had an issue with visual feedback, where you could be hitting an enemy and it just doesn't feel like you're actually doing any damage. A lot of the times you just find yourself just kind of whacking away until eventually they fall down. But in the remaster, they actually react to your hits. They'll flinch, they'll recoil, they'll kind of try to dodge out of the way of attacks. All in all, this is quite possibly the definitive version of Oblivion, which feels insane to say.